This is Soccer Chat. We're bringing you all the sights, all the sounds, all the beautiful memories that you can have as far as the World Cup is concerned. And we're bringing you conversations around the globe.
Every public purse, dollar, CD that is spent, the public will know what it is going to do.
The great profiles of players and legends. Even if you have to full calls, you come and coach them.
No.
Olympics.
No. If we are bringing a coach in, our concentration shouldn't be qualifying for the World Cup. We've done that several times. Winning the AFCON should be our main.
One day, I would like to see a former player being the head of GFA. Do they have a system for us?
If we get out in the group stage, useless. If we get out at the first knockout stage, useless. We'll have to get to the quarter.
Soccer Chat is on your television, it's on your social media, and it's everywhere. And it's courtesy of Star Oil.
Produced by
Mr. Bright, this your car, the big man cow.
Mr. Bright, I hear say people with big cars do they buy from Star Oil. Them say if your car fight too much, you forgo, so your engine feels respected.
So your engine has self-esteem issues now, eh?
My cousin says Star Oil is for taxis and trotro only.
So now explain why this big man car has been drinking Star Oil for 3 good years and still breathing. Fuels in Ghana are regulated and Star Oil meets the same quality standard as any so-called premium brand. Affordable fuel price doesn't mean poor quality. It just means smart value. Your engine only understands one language, clean quality fuel. And that is what Star Oil offers. So na so it be? Yes, Kojo, na so it be. Because engines only respond to performance and not branding.
Whether it's a taxi or a luxury ride, quality fuel speaks the same language. Choose Star Oil because your engine deserves the best, not the loudest.
At Star Oil, we believe fuel is not just a commodity, it is a lifeline. Every cedi saved at the pump is a cedi that helps a mother send her child to school. A farmer transports food to the market. Or a young entrepreneur delivers their first order. Our mission is to make fuel more accessible by offering consistently competitive prices, helping ease the financial burden on Ghanaian households. In a country where transportation costs can consume nearly a third of household income, this is not just business. It's a social responsibility. Star Oil, still quality and affordable fuels for all. Cast your mind back to 2022. The prices were rising. The stress was high. Every liter of fuel felt like a sacrifice. Do you remember who stepped forward first? When others were comfortable with high prices, Star Oil chose you. We cut our own profits so you could keep your AC on, keep your engines running, and keep your life moving without the heavy burden. We gave you room to breathe when things felt tight. Because of you, our star savers, we became number one. Today, the pumps are a battleground. Others are finally cutting prices because they have to. But Star Oil, we do it because we want to. Don't just chase a price, remember a friendship. We were there for you then, and with new innovations coming your way, we are here for you now. Star Oil, still quality and affordable fuels for all.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Soccer Chat right here on your TV. Well, it's interesting to let you know that, look, the World Cup is coming very, very fast, a couple of just weeks for the World Cup. And we're here as a team to do the sights and sounds of the World Cup, the expectations of Ghanaians and most especially journalists also here in the United States. I'm here and privileged to have my very good friend, mentor, brother, and everything. And he is Karl Tuffour. I'm sure many of you definitely know Karl Tuffour. And Karl Tuffour lives in Delaware, and he's hosting us here in this beautiful scenery. And we're going to be having a chat about the Black Stars. He's extremely passionate about the Black Stars, and he's going to give us his no-holds-barred view of the World Cup. This is coming to us by courtesy of Star Oil, Ghana's #1 OMC. Everywhere you spring up, you would find a Star Oil. And then, of course, the best in the fuels and lubricants. They're having all these Star coupons, Star cards, and the Star promos all going on. And Star Oil, your #1 OMC, is here with us in the United States. So, Karl, good to see you. And I'm sure many, many people will be asking, where have you been? We know where you have been. But it's good to have you host us in your home. And thanks for having us here.
Well, thanks. Thanks for also choosing me to be one of the people, because it's an honor to give my opinion on your program. And can I do one thing that I haven't done for almost 2 years? Because now when I want to shake hands, I must do this. I don't get it.
Yeah.
But it's a fabulous place to be in, and more so, particularly now that I'm here and the World Cup is coming up in just a few weeks.
Right.
And even though you don't really see the vibe at the moment, I think from my experience in Europe and whatnot, this is something new to the American. But I suspect that as the days come much closer, it's going to be something different. And you know the Razbakas, these guys like doing it here, or they're here.
In 1994, when the US hosted the World Cup, for example, the buzz wasn't as, everybody thought it would be. But a few weeks to the World Cup, where the Lalasses and the Kobe Jones and all of those, came out from, then you began to see and feel, the US vibe for the World Cup. You think that we probably will experience the same thing?
You will. It's the major stars who would, quote, help market the games. Superstar Christian Pulisic. I mean, he's doing wonders at AC Milan, and he's big here. And sometimes when you see some of the papers and magazines fully blazed with him, and he's an American idol. But then the good thing, though, is that because Lionel Messi, whichever way you want to pronounce it, is now operating in Miami, it's become a big thing. And that's why Argentina are looking to try to win the Hispanic base in Miami, as it were. And so, it's something that as the days get closer and closer and closer, the American people who may not necessarily be, and I'm using their words now, soccer fans, I still insist it's football, who may not be soccer fans, will suddenly get themselves deeply involved in it. But once then, you cannot run away, Fiifi. The preparations, the highest order, that's what they do best in this part of the world.
We've been to the MetLife Stadium where the finals will be held, and we've seen what's going on there, and it's one of the episodes that we're showing on television for people to see. But let's come to Team Ghana. I mean, you've been following the team, from a distance as well. First of all, did you panic when you heard the friendly games results that we turned out, and then the sacking of Otto? Did you panic?
No, I didn't panic. Few things here. The 5-1 was a shocker to me. I thought that in this day and age, we had long bypassed that sort of thing. I expected us to lose against Austria at home. Yes, I did. 2-1, 3-1. 5-1 was a bit much. But I didn't panic, because if people can cast their minds back, they've been World Cups in which we've gone in on the crest of a wave and come back with eggs all over our face.
Yeah.
And then there's been one that we've gone in with a whimper. And then
we surprised the world.
2010, people keep on forgetting. Yes, we got to the Nations Cup final, but there were a lot of memories. They said one goal project, all these sort of things. And if you remember earlier, we had lost 3-1 to Ivory Coast in the opening match of that 2010 Nations Cup. 5 months later, what were we doing in South Africa? We're blowing people out of the water.
Yeah.
And so, for me, 5-1, but I will always be a pessimist. I still think you can cause a major stir. The big one will be the one against England. But the key one will be the one against Panama.
Why? People are kind of like dismissing Panama and thinking that, Panama, the typical Ghanaians say, Panama, dear, it's a shock. Panama.
Fiifi,
why do you think we are dismissing Panama?
It's because They've never played in the World Cup before. It's because
This is the second appearance at the
It's-
World Cup. Panama, yes. It's second
oh
appearance.
yeah, yes,
In
okay,
2018, they were there.
okay,
Yeah, I think so.
I'll concede that, but you don't hear them.
Mhm.
You watch,
But they're
English-
better ranked than Ghana currently.
I know. I was going to get to that.
Mhm.
You watch English Premier League, you watch German Bundesliga, you watch Italian Serie A, and you see Ghanaian players there. You don't see Panamanian players there. So you say what? You're joking. The FIFA ranks them higher than we do.
Mhm.
And that's why I was going to say that that's the key match.
Mhm.
You win that match, it can set off a chain reaction. And that's why it's so important. So anybody who dares to underestimate Panama, and if the coaches do that, in quote, please, in quote, I think then you have to be shot. Because there is no way you should dare underestimate Panama. Even if you're playing against New Caledonia, for crying out loud, don't go into a game thinking you already won it. Do the business on the pitch. And after that, if you won 20-0, hallelujah.
Because they beat South Africa in their friendly.
Yes,
They
they did.
drew 1-1 earlier, and then they beat them 2-1
I know.
in their friendly. And Ghana will struggle against South Africa.
We always struggle against that.
Exactly. So for the Panamanians to beat South Africa, it's not logical though, but it tells you probably they're doing something good.
We will have some problems with them. It ain't going to be easy.
Mm.
I'm not expecting a 3-0, a 4-0 fin. I'm expecting something like 2-1, 3-1 at the extreme. Then, obviously, the big match comes. How will they be psyched up in Boston? And then the last one, obviously, in Philadelphia against Croatia. Now, that could be... Now, if, and I'm trying to be optimistic here, if we've got 4 points by the time we meet Croatia, then I think we could top the group.
But even if you, according to the arrangements, even if you beat Panama, you could probably be one of the best third place teams.
Of course, I'm not even looking at that one. That's why I said I think we could top the group because I think we could beat Croatia. Croatia are phenomenal, not phenomenal, are a good side, but
Very
they are
technical.
aging. They're aging.
But very technical.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Take a look at the core. Is the core the same team that was virtually for 2014, 2018, and 2022? Surely at one stage, those legs will become tired.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that on that day, we deliver. But that's on condition that we've got every player. Already there's problems with Kudus. There's no guarantee.
Yeah. There's also a problem with Salisu.
Okay, you know it.
Yeah.
You know it. So what do? You can't go in against people who've seen it and done it all before, and then just expect that we will come in with kids and then everything will work out. Who replaces Salisu? I don't know.
Yeah.
Who replaces Kudus? I don't know. But what I do know is that if we play Semenyo, and I'm going to say it the way Ghanaians say it and the way it's pronounced, and not Semenyo, that's the way the English say it, then I think if we can get the best out of him, that could be a very, very good thing. Let whoever is in coach, Karl or whoever it is, tell him to do what he does for Man City or what we're doing for Bournemouth. Case closed.
What do you think of Kurs? You've followed him a bit. You've known him.
I have my reservations. Yes. I really do. I really do, because in the World Cup, he's not delivered. I know he was in tough groups with Saudi Arabia and whatnot. I thought maybe if we had gotten rid of Otuado a bit earlier, we probably could have found somebody who would have been a bit more expensive, but would have got the team gelling together. Look, this guy has a track record, even though he may not necessarily have done it in the World Cup. Rene Habe or Habe, whichever name is, whichever one's the first one. And I thought he would have probably picked his team, but knowing him, would have probably picked one or two of the Ghanaian players who played under him and Loa, people like the Asians and the Apias. Karl is not going to be doing that. And Karl doesn't know the mentality of the Ghanaian. And that's why he needs to make sure that if he's going, yes, he's bringing this team, he should get one or two ex-players to be in there with him. The Stephen Apias of this world. He's your friend. Mike Leysen in particular. He should just go see him, bring him in and say, look, Mike, I need you for this psychological sort of thing.
Or Lai Kinson.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic. Lai Kinson is one of the players who, unfortunately, didn't play in the World Cup. But I love his zeal and his enthusiasm.
Yeah.
I really do. And I have the highest regard for him. Yep.
Right. if you look at all the teams that are going to the World Cup, Africa is represented by 10 different countries. Nigeria, of course, is not there, and we've had that banter win. But if you look at what Morocco did in the last World Cup, do you see any African country get into the semi-finals?
Semi-finals, no. Quarterfinals, yes. I think Morocco can do it again, and I think Senegal can do it again. The only problem with Morocco is that people will be a bit more wary of them now. They've now seen what they're capable of doing.
The innocence is broken.
So that's gone. So yeah, but they still got a good team. Senegal, I still think, can get to the quarters. Semis, I can't say. It depends on the way the draw has been done. I haven't studied it thoroughly to do the mathematics of who goes here and who goes here and who comes here and who comes here. But it's looking that we could get at least 2 in the quarters.
2 African teams?
At least. I didn't say it.
Okay.
At least. So it could be 3 more than more. But I suspect we'll get 2 in there. At least 2 in the quarters.
Yes.
Beyond that, I'm worried about France because they've got players that live up to expectations almost all the time. We can't. Any team that has Lionel Messi would be a danger. The perennial people's favorites, Brazil will be there, but I don't think they'll go beyond the quarters again because I don't think I've seen enough to be convinced, even though people have said the coach is a winner, which is true.
Don Carlo.
Which one?
Don Carlo. Carlos Ancelotti.
Ancelotti, absolutely. No, he's a winner. You can't take it away from him. And particularly that Italy themselves didn't even make it. So, yeah, I think at least two African teams can make it to the quarter.
Kwame, you always make me happy. Good job.
Kwame, my brother, is the boss's favorite in the office. But when it comes to the perfect birthday gift, he's completely clueless. What could he possibly give?
Gift dear. And one listening Lubuntini.
Dad, it's Christian Louboutin.
Go you doing? You can never go wrong with a shoe. That is what ye a cuckoo dam for. Your touch here.
Forget shoe, gift today, and no any phone. Get him that phone with a camera that can erase all the wrinkles, even in Tobro.
Why are you all sweating? Just get him a Star Oil voucher. It's ideal and very convenient.
Kwame, you always know what's best.
Forget phone, forget designer shoe, and give the gift that really moves people. With Star Oil voucher, you can buy, send, and view all gifts instantly. Visit staroil.services/store to purchase your preferred voucher and redeem at any of our numerous stations nationwide.
Next year, I asked Anto Felagamo Soxo for Presto Money.
Hey!
Star Oil, fuel voucher.
They said this wasn't a job for women.
But we chose the road less traveled.
We are the drive behind your fuel, bringing energy to every corner of the nation.
This is not just driving, it's a mission.
A mission to drive change, to drive progress, to fuel businesses, homes, and dreams, from the highways to the fueling stations.
Breaking barriers.
We make sure we keep Ghana moving.
We are Star Oil's female tanker drivers. Together we drive as one.
At Star Oil, we keep it simple, red and green. Red is our regular fuel, also known as super. It's what most vehicles on the road are built for. Efficient, reliable, and cost-effective. If your car manual says run 91 or below, red's your go-to. Green is our Run 95. It's high-octane fuel made for high-performance engines, turbocharged, European, or newer models that need that extra kick. Using green in a car that doesn't need it, you're paying more with zero benefit. Here are the actual fuels. Red, also called super, and green may look alike, but the difference is in the octane rating. It's not about color, it's about what your engine was built for. 2 fuels, 2 purposes, 1 clear choice, what your car needs. red or green, whatever your engine needs, we've got it. And we keep it affordable. That's the Star Oil promise. Not sure which fuel your car needs? Check your fuel cap, your manual, or ask any Star Oil team member. Star Oil, still quality and affordable fuels for all.
There are some historical games that I'm sure that everyone is looking forward to. For example, Ghana, England is one of the big games. We'll look at that game critically. But of course, another game people are looking forward to is France, Senegal. What a game it will be. I took to the 2002 Japan Korea World Cup.
And
where Papa
they were defending champions.
Yeah.
They had all the Zidanes and Henrys and what you can think of, and they still lost 1-0.
Yes, Papa Bouba Diop.
I remember very well.
Bruno Mechu.
The only one who annoys me playfully in that Senegalese team was Diouf. He was just annoying me. But all jokes aside, if Senegal can get extra mileage out of the likes of Sadio Mane, Jackson,
Sarr.
So Sarr are relatively young. I'm talking about the older folks. The older folks.
Mendy,
and then the centre back, Kalilu.
Kalilu.
I think if they could get an extra mile out of them, I think they can really, really go far. I really do. And they can shock them, particularly another opening match as well. Yep.
Yeah.
They can really shock.
You know, they beat England for the first time in Wembley.
3-1.
Yes. They beat England for the first time in Wembley.
3-1. And
they're quite a powerhouse.
They are. They are. It's just that there is something about the Africans, Fiifi. It's like, no disrespect. When they go there, Ronaldo.
But I think they've gone past that.
Are you sure?
Oh, they've gone past.
Why?
Because, Karl, I remember very much in 2006. I mean, when we were trying to break our innocence for the first time at the World Cup, and we were going to play Brazil, you know, and they were warming up in the tunnel. You could imagine the starstruck nature of the team at that time. You know, most of our players were starstruck. But if you look at people like Stilda Pierre at that time, he was playing at Juventus. He was playing with the big boys.
I will not deny that.
But currently, if you look at most of the Senegalese players, look, they are playing big leagues, big games with these same players.
But I got to admit that the vast majority are playing for the Evertons of this world, though. No disrespect, they're not playing for the Juventuses and the Bayern Munich.
But they played with them in England and other places. If you look at Sadio Mane, who hasn't seen
Sadio Mane? He's in another league.
He's played against everybody.
Koulibaly, Sadio Mane, Jackson now doing the business, even though as an understudy to Harry Kane at Bayern
Munich.
Yeah. They're good at what they do. They're good at what they do. And that's why I see more of them than necessarily any other African team. But you see, the Morocco team is a collective.
Morocco is playing Brazil in the opening.
Now, that would be interesting.
That's another
and
cracker.
For me, I would love it if Morocco could, and that's against all my beliefs. I'd love if Morocco could beat Brazil. Because I think the Brazil team has this airs, and the likes of Vinicius think the world owes them something.
Yeah.
And that for me is something that they must learn to put them in their right place. But
it depends on if Brazil turns out the Brazil we know.
How often do they do that, Fiifi?
Well, in recent history, not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
they don't
in
do
recent history, not.
They don't do it. They get to quarters and then I remember 2010, they lost to Holland. 2014, lost to Germany in the semis. 2018, lost to Belgium in the quarters. 2022, lost to Croatia. Okay, admittedly, penalty shootout could have gone anywhere, but they still lost. And they were leading 1-0 until late in the game, in extra time.
Yeah. That's a difficult one.
It is. Brazil is Brazil. I mean, the name goes. It's like anybody who comes to play against Ghana on the African continent says, hey, try to be careful.
This is Madagascar and Co are all between us. Madagascar. Eritrea. Yeah, Seychelles. So everybody is between us anyway. So you're watching, this episode of Soccer Chats brought to you by Star Oil. Star Oil, the best OMC in Ghana. Everywhere you spring up, definitely you'll find a Star Oil with all their promos going on. And we are here in Delaware talking to the great Karl Tuffour. And we're of course no holds barred conversations on the World Cup. We're here to do the sights and sounds of the World Cup, and I'm sure many of you are enjoying such conversations. And Karl, let me draw attention to something. Let me pick your mind on a few things. If you look at our preparation so far, Carlos Queiroz would have only 2 friendly games to play.
Yeah.
Before the World Cup. How well will he know the team? And before the World Cup. And then secondly, he's only going to play 5 games. 2 friendlies
and then the 3
competitive games.
Okay.
Should that guarantee him a long-term contract?
No. 74?
Yes.
No. 74? No. 65? Yes.
Okay.
74? No. This is where you talk about planning for me. And this is where...
when he delivers at the World Cup?
When he delivers at the World Cup, you've got 2 options. Let's assume that Ghana gets to the semis or even further. I think at that age, 75, 70, we should be saying, thank you. The person should be a bit more relaxed and calm. Alex Ferguson left at the age of 72. When you realize that he couldn't get much out of the boys again in terms of trying to inspire them. That's why, sometimes you overstay a World Cup.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you have major, major problems.
You must leave when the applause is loud.
Absolutely. I agree with you.
You must leave when the applause is loud. Well, so the expectations of the national team at the World Cup, what would you describe as this team has been successful at the World Cup?
Same level as 2010. Fiifi, you cannot ask, if you're going to talk about being successful.
2010?
Yeah, you have to get to the quarters. It will be much more difficult because you play an extra game this time.
Yes. Round of 32.
Yeah. So if we get out in the group stage, useless. If we get out at the first knockout stage, useless. We'll have to get to the quarters for me to
With the quality of players we have?
You never know.
With all the injuries, quality of service, and all that?
Symptoms. Fiifi, clearly, I'm not holding much for that until it happens. But to call it a success, we have to get to the quarterfinals. Nothing less. Nothing less.
So will you be in Toronto? Or you just be in Boston and then Philly?
The good thing about Delaware is that it's only an hour and a half drive to Boston.
Okay.
And it's only 30 minutes drive to
Toronto.
To
Philly. Yeah.
Toronto is almost 6 hours by air.
But anyway, so this is Karl Tuffour. We've been talking about the World Cup. We've been talking about the Black Stars of Ghana, other African teams that are also coming for the World Cup, and I'm sure you've heard his views on these ones. And well, let's see, because he mentioned intoms. Let's see where the intoms will come in as far as the World Cup is concerned. Karl, I'd like to thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Let's do this again.
Anytime for you.
And for those of you who don't know, historically, anytime the soccer chat, Karl has always been on it. Right from Ghana, wherever we've been to, Karl has always been on Soccer Chat. We've done some analysis in the studios and all that, and a lot of things that we've done together. So, it's just not strange that Karl is on the show today as well. I would like to thank all of you for being a part of this episode. This has been by courtesy of Star Oil, bringing us the very, very best of lubricants in Ghana. There's a lot of promos actually going on with Star Oil. If you get to the Star Oil, there are a lot of gifts coming up for the World Cup as well. Star Oil has a lot of prizes to give you, from t-shirts to you name it, to cups, to bags, to free fuel, to coupons, to cards, and many more. And Star Oil will give you all of that during this World Cup. You can't miss out on that one. Thank you so much for being a part of this. My name is Fiifi Banson, and from Delaware, we're moving to the next state. We'll be back. This is Soccer Chat. We're bringing you all the sights, all the sounds, all the beautiful memories that you can have as far as the World Cup is concerned. And we're bringing you conversations around the globe.
Every public purse, dollar, CD that is spent, the public will know what it is going to do.
The great profiles of players and legends. Even if you had to full calls, you come and coach them.
No.
Olympics.
No. If we are bringing a coach in, our concentration shouldn't be qualifying for the World Cup. We've done that several times. Winning the AFCON should be our main.
One day, I would like to see a former player being the head of GFA. Do they have a system for us?
If we get out in the group stage, useless. If we get out at the first knockout stage, useless. We'll have to get to the quarter.
Soccer Chat is on your television, is on your social media, and it's everywhere. And it's courtesy of Star Oil.
Produced by